Man, let's keep it moving along. Though I do want to talk about this a little bit with you guys, man. The draft coverage portion of the show, which Joel is on Draft Watch every other day with the Chicago Bears at this point.
Oh my God!
And it's really cool to see that the no matter what, right? Like no matter who's the next quarterback, having DJ Moore and having the second or another first overall pick, which it seems like we're gonna have. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't see a game on this. Now they might win one, but I don't really see a game on this Panthers schedule that I feel confident that they're going to go out there and win. Like, they are awful.
We getting that first pick.
They are. I mean, shout out Frank Wright. He's a garbage head coach.
Shout out to Kyler Murray.
I mean, shout out Kyler Murray coming out there.
Thank you, Kyler. Yeah.
Kyler Murray might try to run something off out there for no reason.
For no reason.
No, man. I mean, like when you look at the draft board right now,
Draft Watch.
Bears are number 1 and number 5 right now on the board.
Ow.
Does this thing, is this how the board pretty much finishes?
No.
Why not? The Giants are
I think the Giants
trash.
are atrocious as well. Tommy,
I think the Bears
let me pull that back.
The Bears
up.
get closer to like maybe 14, maybe 15. Honestly, this is, of course, if Justin Fields turns out to be the guy that we hope him to be, if he does, the Bears could be scratching that 8th seed possibly. I was looking at the standings, man. It's not that much difference between 8 and 9.
That's the crazy part. That really is.
We're
crazy.
not that far away, honestly.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Like, selfishly, I'd rather them let's just get that first, if not get to the second or third pick. But it would look good for evaluation purposes that Fields is that guy, and then we're getting 16th pick.
But I think here's the thing, right? What the question you really have to ask with what the Bears could do, right? Like right now, that 8th seed or that 7th seed is the Vikings. Vikings are 6-4. You're gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be tough to get there. For that last playoff spot.
I would say it's not possible because you got
6-4
out of your own division, 2 out of the division like that.
Yeah, we got to play them.
Came up. When
you're not hoping to make the playoffs, in my opinion, at this point. You're just hoping to go out there and compete every game, get your evaluation. I mean, best case scenario is, right, Justin Fields looks amazing, your defense looks good, you just get beat by better talent. The problem is the last 3 games of the year.
You know what? If you look up the standings, right? Who's I mean, they could. The thing is, it's the top 4 in your divisions, and then after that, it's all wild card. So.
But I mean, they're not. I mean, the Vikings are 6-4. They haven't slowed down. In fact, to me, they've gotten a little bit better. The Cowboys are 6-3. They're 6 right now. Those are your 2 teams that are really close, and then the Buccaneers are 4-5. Like, you can get to be in that last on the bubble team, but you're not.
You got to look at what our record is going to be. We got to play Detroit twice. We got to play Minnesota, who's again clicking. And
I mean, we're terrible on division and whatever.
No, 100%. I like. There's a. It's a tough scenario for the Bears. Your next 4 games are tough. You got Lions, Vikings, Browns.
Yeah. Oh my, that defense. Yeah.
And Deshaun Watson, for some odd reason, looks like he's worth $230 million all of a sudden. So
I don't know. That's one game. Like, show me.
I think that's.
I mean,
let's be real.
Show me again, right?
It's one half.
Show me more than one game. All right, hey Justin, show me more than 2 games. I got you. You know,
I'm just saying, like that was one half of football. That wasn't even a game.
Yeah.
Because that offense looked horrible in the first half. Yeah. But
it was good to see him actually start cooking again, though, because I was actually the jury was out on him.
Yeah, I hope so. Listen, I mean, just stay, just make sure you stay face down on the massage tables. That's all we ask, bro. Don't be, I mean, I'm just saying. Nothing crazy.
But you know what? That's where the problem was, because he wanted somebody to massage his glutes. Anyway, let's move past this.
You wanted to say that.
Let's move past this one. We're going to shimmy this way. Anyway, so like
poor choice of word there.
Poor choice of words. Good Lord. Hey, listen, going back to this draft board that you had, I thought it was interesting. I've looked up 3, maybe 4 different mock drafts, and they have us picking in top 5. But the 2 names I always see is the offensive tackle. I can't pronounce this young man's name. Don't want to
just say Olu.
There you go. You know who I'm talking about. Olu. And but everyone has us picking Drake Maye.
Oh. Everyone?
I've seen a mock draft that said
the mock drafts, most of them have us picking Drake Maye.
But that's
so everybody's trying to move on from Fields.
Well, I mean, listen, would you be surprised if Ryan Poles was just like, yeah, I'm gonna draft a quarterback because I feel like I got the team 3 quarters there? Like, I wouldn't be surprised by it. Listen,
not at all.
Justin over the next 7 weeks has to change his name. Yeah. If we get to the end of this season and you have quarterbacks on the board and you feel like you need to go make a change at quarterback, I wouldn't be surprised by it. I wouldn't be shocked by it because you haven't. If he plays like he did the first 3 weeks, now I'm not gonna lie. At this point, I feel like my theory is proven that the teams use the first 3 weeks of the season as preseason because football is just now
to ramp up. Yeah,
last Sunday was the first Sunday where I was like, this looked like a good brand of football.
Yeah, the Bears barely played in the preseason.
The Bears didn't play nothing in preseason. Most of the teams didn't play in preseason, and most of the teams like looked horrible the first 3 weeks of the season. But I look at. Right, like I wouldn't be shocked if Ryan Poles was like, you know what, over the last 7 weeks, Justin Fields just kind of looks like a guy. He didn't look like the guy if he moved on from him. Now, do I want that scenario to play out? No. And that's a whole different conversation. But that's on Justin Fields to figure it out. That's on Justin Fields to prove. That's on Justin Fields to go out there and show out. And yes, there's scenarios that are going to work against him. And yes, he might go somewhere else and be a better quarterback than what they have here or than what he was here, but you still got to go out and you still got to make plays.
I got some questions for you to the panel. Last year, what did Justin Fields prove? What did he
run the ball?
You know he's good at
playmaking ability,
mobility.
To me, he proved that if you throw him in a bad situation, he can make.
He can get out of it.
He can extend the play.
So the second question for me: so what does it have to take for this year? Do you think it would take the exact opposite? Let's just say they don't win another game, but Justin Fields now proves that he can pass. He gives you a good 250 plus.
You keep him. You knew your team.
That's the only question.
That's what you want him. That's what you want. You want to see if he can pass.
Yeah.
Like you just hit the nail on the head. Can he pass? I don't need to know if you could run. I need to know
then the wins and losses don't matter at all. Right?
You gotta make good decision making.
No, but like the losses can't be on him, right? It can't be like
boneheaded. He threw the ball.
He throws it into. It can't be Mitch Trubisky.
Right.
When Mitch Trubisky got benched, there was no question.
Yeah,
he should have got benched here in Chicago. This man looked the defensive line or a linebacker dead in the face. It was like, it's your ball. He should have got. Matt Nagy was not in the wrong for benching this man. He was in the wrong for a lot of the other things that happened here, but he was not in the wrong for benching this man in that play. Zach, who was the tight end we had? Zach.
The guy that got hurt.
I know exactly what you're talking about. His leg got taken off.
He tore his leg. He still got the leg. Let's not put that.
He almost lost his whole.
He could have lost his leg.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Zach. I want to say Thomas. That's not him. Zach Thomas is not his name. Zach Thomas is a.
That was the linebacker for the Dolphins.
Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. But he was our tight end, right? He just came to the sideline, looked at him, was like, "What are you doing?"
Miller,
Zach Miller, right? He just came to the sideline. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What did you see? Like he DeAndre Hopkins them. What do you see? Yeah, I mean, so like there are moments where the quarterback can sit himself down by the play on the field. Justin Fields has to go out there and prove that he can throw the football and not make mistakes and be the reason that we're losing games.
Correct.
But wins and losses are not inherently on Justin
It's not
Fields.
a QB stat.
It's not a QB stat. And I hate when people sit there now and they're just like, he's 6-25 and the team is 6-25. He is. He's 6-25.
He's 6-25. Yeah.
And starts.
And
it's like, okay,
line.
well, he had Matt Nagy behind an offensive line where his left tackle was 40 years old, and they sent Myles Garrett at him 17 times.
They had no defense.
And Myles Garrett got to him 17 times. The next season, they basically gutted the team. And then now, right, to start this season, we had questions on the play calling. All of a sudden, it looks good. And then literally after the third game 4, game 5, Justin Fields and the offense looks good. Game 6, they changed the center. He looks bad for a half, gets hurt.
And the center change happened after he got hurt.
The center change happened after he got hurt. But it's just one of those things for me where it's like wins and losses is not on Justin Fields. You not being able to go out there and get the ball to DJ Moore, that's on Justin Fields. Because the rookie says something to me. I don't know if y'all saw this that came out where, first off, this tell you how terrible your coaching staff is, right? The first play of the game, DJ Moore goes for 16 yards. He wasn't supposed to get the ball.
Yep.
He wasn't supposed to get the ball. The scheme literally had the first play of the game not going to DJ Moore. He's the best player on the field. Tyson Bagent said he the best player.
Getting the ball to
throwing him the football.
Yeah.
DJ Moore said, I was surprised.
Smart man.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I want to see Justin Fields do. And it's not throw it to the point where the defense is just like, hey, guess what? Like, he's throwing it to DJ Moore. They know you're supposed to be throwing it to DJ Moore. It's not a secret. He the only dude on the team that we really care about. And then you get Cole Kmet involved, and then you get Darnell Mooney involved, and then you run the football well. But like he has to make those decisions and be able to make those decisions over these next 7 weeks for me to feel good about him finishing out the season. So I want to feel good about it.
So with that being said, with the draft and controlling the draft, if we keep Fields, then that means we can trade down. And we can trade and maybe do the exact same thing they just did. If they got 2 number ones and a number 2 and a starting receiver for basically Bryce Young, if we need everyone to be crazy high on Caleb Williams and Drake Maye so we can sell this thing and maybe we're getting 2 or 3 number ones.
I'll be honest with you. I don't see any situation where if we're in a situation where we have 2 or even 3 number 1 picks where QB isn't drafted. Because you just haven't had enough, and this is where you have to take the emotional side of it and look at what GMs are going to do.
Well, what if they get beat 40?
Ryan Poles is going to get you got to think your backup is a defense or quarterback.
You take the emotion out
That's
of it.
What I'm saying.
If you're picking,
you're going to draft a QB. You have to.
You don't have to.
I'm saying
you don't.
What if they get beat 41-28 the next 4 weeks?
Right.
The next 4 weeks
for need. That's not a
the next 7 weeks. My bad. The next 4 weeks realistically, because that's when they play the Lions twice and the Vikings. But like, what if you go out there and like, if we being 100% honest, best case scenario is what? Justin Fields goes out there, he puts up 28 to 30 something points a game,
just like last year.
And
the defense is winning.
The defense is still
games.
Got holes, and you need some issue. You got some issues you got to address on there. You lose the games.
Yeah.
Matt Eberflus gets fired.
Are you
the top picks?
Yes.
Now, my question is: are you all? You have to think of it from a GM's perspective. Are you ready to sit there and put your GM, like if you're playing GM, in a situation where, again, there's a draft where there's talented QBs coming out. You don't get one because you're riding with this experiment. And again, the tone is we want to see Justin succeed. So get over the fact of entertaining the QB. This is the business aspect of it. Shut that noise up. You have to do it. If he doesn't pick a QB and that QB goes on and puts up better numbers than Justin has in worse situations or similar situations, the narrative is going to quickly shift. You have to consider it. Every GM in Pose's position is going to pick a QB. They have to.
Kid. I got the GM hat.
You got 7 games.
I got the hat on.
Yeah, but you play fantasy, baby. We talk about people's real livelihood.
Listen, right. The whole point is you just said business, right? You're talking about committing millions of dollars to a quarterback that you got to get it right. You don't have to do that for two years. On top of that, if you trade this pick down again, you're going to get multiple first-round picks. Guess what? There's probably going to be another quarterback that comes out next year, and you control the board again. Let's just say they give it to, let's say the Giants or someone that want to move up. I'm just throwing them out there, right?
Get your 3 technique.
Huh?
Get your 3 technique.
Who?
Yes. To trade your defensive
tackle. Yes.
Right.
You get your 3 technique.
Yeah.
You get your tackle, you get your 3 technique, you build the trenches, and that's now, and maybe we get our center. You got multiple picks this year. You can do this again, and now you've insulated, even if Justin Fields is just mid and you're still winning games, a la like a Kansas City situation.
Yeah.
You're still winning your division, you're still got the team built up, and then you can trade all that draft capital, and maybe you do it again. No GM has been in this situation. I don't think I've ever seen this where we got who is it? Cardinals have both picks. They got the Texans pick. Well, no, the Texans out of it now. They had their first round pick. When have you seen it where you might have 2 number ones like this? The Jets had the 4th.
Jets had 2 number ones. The Bears
not number 1.
The Bears have had 2 top 5 picks. They haven't had number 1.
We ended up.
We don't know if we got 2 top 5 picks yet.
That's the Grossman and the Dr. Doolittle picks. But it wasn't the number 1.
That's a horrible draft.
It wasn't the number 1. I think it was number 4.
I hate you brought that draft up.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But at this caliber, and you need tackles and defensive linemen, you can build this team continually. So if we got to suffer one more year because we still haven't paid Fields yet.
Yeah.
And if he's not that great, and you might actually get a 2nd round pick for him anyways, because someone says we'll take him, we'll let him run around like Kaepernick or
I have very little faith that if he doesn't show up, that you're going to get a second round pick for him next year if it doesn't work out. I have very little faith in that.
Well,
You might barely get
that's
that
why
now.
you're sitting in Indiana, kid.
You might barely get that now. Let's be real.
PK, this is the reason why I'm tired of this quarterback carousel talk, because we keep talking about what if with CJ Stroud, what if when we could have had Pat Mahomes back in the day over Mitch, what if. It's not the quarterback.
Nah, that was a serious miss. But
here's my
picking
point,
Mitch
though.
over two other quarterbacks. That
I'm
was
with you. I'm
great
with you 'cause I want
At
to
three. It was three quarterbacks.
be honest. My
That was
point
crazy.
that I'm saying
Yeah,
is,
that's
if you
all.
even brought Deshaun in here, if you brought Pat in here, if you brought anybody that was of any sort of greatness in the building with the Chicago Bears organization and the coaches that they had then and the coaches that they have now, would they be the same version of themselves? Would CJ Stroud be killing like he's killing in Houston with the type of coach that DeMeco Ryans is? I said it on my own channel. DeMeco Ryans needs to be up for the coach of the year. Eberflus ain't touching that. He's not going to be making a system around the quarterback to make him successful, even though he doesn't have the names over there.
DeMeco Ryan is also a defensive coach.
He a beast. But what I'm saying is they put the team together to utilize his Stroud's strengths. Over here, they're not doing that with Justin. Whatever Getsy is doing, it's not working. And so when we keep talking about Justin needs to just get replaced with this talent coming up, it's going to be the same old thing. We need to address the protection first and then address the trenches on the other end with the edge rushing.
So you're looking at it as
we take these
as opposed to hedging your bet.
And mind you, if we still got the first pick that we turn into multiple, we still have our pick. So let's just say hypothetically, Fields does great. And then, like you said, we got the 15th or 16th pick. You're still picking a quality for some starter. Maybe it's a linebacker, whatever it is that we got to get in that first round. But now we got all those extra picks, the extra first rounder, maybe it's the second round, whatever they got to do. But we still need a center really bad. Like, we need a center. And I personally would like to see a left tackle.
Yeah.
And now if you you're insulating Fields to the point where he has true talent. He has a receiving core. He's got 2 tight ends. We actually, the running game is, we have running backs. They can't block except for Roshan, but we have.
He's the only one.
And the defense is getting better, but we need this 3 technique to make this Tampa 2 do something. So I'd say control the board, and then we can play this game next year.
And that's why I said the best case scenario that you're going to have is going to be, right, Justin comes out and he's able to score offensively and he looks good, and your defense still has too many holes to get stops when they need to. Yeah. Which, guess what? The defense still has too many holes to get stops when they need to. You got stops versus the Carolina Panthers. Big whoop. Frank Wright basically was going out there and was like, hey, listen, so y'all run around and we'll see. There's the best scenario for the Bears is to have answers that you already have on your team. And I think even if the Bears lose out the rest of the way and the quarterback looks good, you would see Ryan Poles go, okay, so now I know what the issue is. Y'all get out. Right. I'll find somebody else that can run a 4-3 defense. Or here's the thing. Realistically, maybe Flus stays. Like Lovie Smith had 3 offensive coordinators? I
think Flus stays.
Listen, the defense is looking better.
Yeah, I know.
But the defense is looking better.
It is.
Lovie Smith had three offensive coordinators or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, you want to build somebody that can sustain that system, of course, but it's like, that's like maybe Flus stays because the defense is starting to move in the right direction, and you change Getsy. And you bring in somebody who's like, listen, I'll run
the same concepts.
What you need, similar concepts, but like, I'll let Justin do what he needs to do to be successful. Like, there's a bunch of scenarios coaching-wise that you can go in, but if you go into the draft and Justin hasn't shown you anything, right? Like, if you can't replicate anything from the Denver game is the best scenario. Mm-hmm. Your coaches made the wrong decision,
right?
I mean, and listen, Luke Getsy is what he is. You go into a game and Tampa Bay goes, we knew what he was going to run the whole game.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially on the last
screen
4 plays. Like, that's the craziest thing in the world.
Lateral.
But hey, man, we'll see what it all ends up being, man. This draft is going to be an interesting one. Let's get into the best and worst of the weekend. Finish it out here because we got a Bulls game. Y'all going to be able to tune in with us on that as we live call that. Kid is going to get that thing started off because